So now that we have got some sort of an idea as to what all cuisines are working, which restaurants are doing well, what kind of a menu can I choose, what kind of a cuisine can I follow, and now that we have an idea that maybe this should be my primary product, maybe that should be my primary product. So now, before I even go further, let me first discuss what are the three main components of a menu, okay, and specifically for a cloud business, okay. So the first component of a menu would be a starter and or a side, all right, either a starter item or a side item. It would consume at least 40% of the actual sales. Okay, next important part would be the main courses, that would be at least taking 50% of it. Okay, it might switch its places, say the sides and starters go 50 and the mains go 40, or maybe sides take 60 and the mains take 30. But one thing is clear, your beverage and your desserts would take far lesser. Okay, until and unless you're just primarily a dessert selling brand, say you're selling waffles, you're selling churros, then your entire business will be focused on that. But when we are talking about home delivery, Indian crowd tends to buy lesser beverages and lesser desserts on home delivery because they would prefer to have more food with that money, right? They would love to have their own beverage at home or simply water or alcohol that they have, right? And rather they would focus on buying the new food that is going hip. Okay, so if you talk about Bowwich, my brand, I didn't focus on the main courses as my primary product. I made a side or a takeaway product into a mainstream. Alright? So I increased the size of my bow. I added stuffings that generally go in a main course. So I made it an all-time food. It can be had in breakfast, even in evening, even at lunch, even at dinner. Okay? So that's how I wanted to play with the food. Alright, and along with that, I also create additional products. So my main course is actually become sideline for my main product, that is a starter, that is bow. So bow becomes main course, mainstream product, and the main courses are actually supporting actors in my menu. Okay, so you can switch between, but you have to think about it. Okay, now before you think about or before you fix your mind, understand one thing: every cuisine, every type of menu that you choose will entail some sort of a cost. It can be a cost on assets or it can be a cost on manpower, right? Say, for example, you want to open a pizza or a burger joint, you will need more infrastructural cost, more space, more cost on equipment rather than manpower. You can do with zero to some sort of an experienced employees. But if you're planning on a cuisine that is say oriental, that is say any sort of regional Indian cuisine, you will need more skilled employees. That means more manpower cost than actual equipments. And again, with equipments, the bigger they are, the better they are, the more amount of space you need. So you'll need a bigger space to hold more equipment. So you have to decide whether you want to spend your money on assets or on manpower. Personally, for me, being a small business, I would rather spend my money on a flowable operational cost than spend my entire money on a lump sum purchase and investment on fixed assets. Okay, so you have to understand that any business owner, you, whenever you want to start, you will have some sort of a budget that you can spare for the business. You just cannot go all in. So you have to think between whether I want to start a business that would need me to spend my budget on fixed cost more, or whether do I want to start a business that would help me keep some sort of a money in a liquid form so that I can spend it on daily expenses rather than ending up spending most of it on fixed assets and rentals. Okay, so once you think you know how much money you have, what is your budget, then you think about the optional choices that you have researched in the market to know what kind of a menu you can go with. Okay, now once you go with the menu, then comes the next load of things that you have to understand. Okay, so just take a break and let's then move on to the next. All right, thank you.